Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. It's a Christmas card that I'm going to create using my Ornament Keepsakes stamp set. I saw a similar layout idea online using a completely different stamp set and completely different colors, and it kind of sparked my imagination, so I thought, well, I'll take a chance and we'll make a video here and I'll show you my idea. So I have a piece of scrap Whisper White cardstock, my cherry cobbler ink, and I'm going to use this image from the Ornament Keepsakes stamp set and clear block H. So I'm going to ink up the stamp it down, and then I'm going to die cut it out using the Holiday Ornaments framelits. There we go. I'm going to put my ink aside for a moment while I do my die cutting. Remember that the framelits are so thin that you want your platform on the very top, and then you want your top standard cutting pad, you want your cardstock that you've got your stamped image on, and then in the Holiday Ornaments framelits, I'm going to grab this ornament. Actually, let me get it closer to me and then I can see where I'm placing it. There we go. Give it a little bit of a twist. That looks pretty good. Top standard cutting pad. And then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. And then I'm just going to punch out the ornament. All right, so there is the die cut ornament. Now the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my lacy brocade embossing folder, and I have a layer for the front of my card. I'll put the measurements over on my blog after the video is over. I believe it is 5 1/4 by 4. It might be a little larger than that. It's just under the front of the card. Just a little, maybe 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. All right, so I'm going to put my Whisper White cardstock inside the folder. I've got my platform on tab 1, bottom standard cutting pad, my folder with the cardstock inside, and then my top standard cutting pad. And that will emboss the layer for my card front, and then I'm finished with my Big Shot. I love that the Big Shot die cuts as well as embosses. Okay, there we go. Now the next thing I'm going to do is bring in an even smaller layer. Again, I'll make sure that the measurements are over on my blog. I'm going to use the Chock Full of Christmas stamp set with the Merry Christmas image. I'm going to bring back in my cherry cobbler ink, ink up the phrase, and I'm going to stamp it down over here like so, and then I'm done with my ink. I am going to bring in my ornament and my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional at the top and one at the bottom. If you push at the center with your fingernail, it curls up the sides and makes it much easier to take off the cover on your Stampin' Dimensional. There we go, so I've got that layer. And then I'm going to turn that layer over, bring back in my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put one in each corner. And then I'm going to bring in my embossed layer that I used the lacy brocade embossing folder. There we go. And I'm going to layer this on top of that. Just bring it down just a little bit on this side. It's hard to see it when I have a video camera hanging over my shoulder. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put 4 more dimensionals on the back of the embossed layer, and then I'm going to attach it to the front of my card. This is my card. Again, I've chosen Whisper White. And the dimensions for the layer for the card will be on, or the dimensions for the card itself will be on my blog as well. And then I'm going to just peel off the coverings off the Stampin' Dimensional on all four corners of the layer. And then I am going to attach it to the front of my card. Again, it's much easier when you can stand over top. There we go. So it's looking pretty good. Let me just straighten this a little bit. The last thing I want to do, there we go, is I'm going to bring in some Whisper White taffeta ribbon. I'm going to leave it on my bolt. I'm going to tie a bow. I want this to be a rather small bow. Go. Then I'm going to bring in my ribbon cutting scissors, and I'm going to cut the ribbon or the bow off of the bolt. Then I'm going to bring in a mini glue dot and find where my next dot is. Press the knot down on the dot, peel it off, and then I'm going to attach it to my ornament to complete this Christmas card. This is a clean and simple Christmas card idea, but it'll pack a big wow to your friends and family because of all the details that they'll be able to see. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for all of the cardstock layers and for the Whisper White piece that you're going to die cut, please visit my blog, www.nutzaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, don't forget to subscribe to my customer newsletters. They're free. They come out a couple of times a month with all sorts of cool ideas. You can place an order for the supplies I use to make this project. You can ask me a question, or you can just check out lots of other sample ideas. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.